it's time for the show that everybody's talking about. The show that got the nation's attention, and it's at top of the critics' list. Well, I didn't say what's list, so it's really not false advertising, okay? It's the Red Green Show. And now, please give a warm welcome to your host with the most, and my uncle, Red Green.
Thank you very much, Harold. Thank you, and welcome to the show. We got a heck of a show for you this week. We have a story about, we had a He-Man contest up here at the lodge with first prize being a truss. And then later on, Wayne Gretzky's going to drop by.
Oh, he had to cancel.
What? I thought he was dropping by.
Oh, no, it's just, it's all tentative on a few things.
What things?
Well, like, if we could get through to him, and he hadn't seen the show, and just hoping that he knew what he was getting into. Stuff like this things, okay?
Well, this here is my nephew, Harold, and more importantly, my producer and director, and up until now, had been in charge of booking the guests for the show. But anyway, well, we still got Karen Kane coming. We're going to do some moose hunting.
No. No, it's not. Well, let's just. Well, she's not going to be here as you might think. Like in person.
What happened, Harold?
Well, this and that and those and them and she's washing her hair. and among other things.
Oh well, not to worry. We still got my story about the He-Man contest.
And we always got these special effects.
Yeah, well, I'll start with the story, and then we can save the dipsy doodles for when we're trying to kill dead air.
Oh, okay.
Well, my story isn't dead air, Harold.
I made a judgment call, Uncle Red.
I have an old wood stove, belonged to my dad.
Dad?
It was the best darn wood stove that he ever had.
Sure.
It hisses and cracks and burns things real bad. It belches and smokes, but then so did my dad. Does this sound in tune to you?
Yeah, except when you play it.
This week in Handyman Corner, we're going to show you what you can do with an old stove. And I'm not referring to any member of your family here. Maybe you've got one of these out in the garage or in the bomb shelter, or maybe you were lucky enough where somebody died and left you a stove. But whatever the reason, I'm going to show you today something you can do with these, and I think you're going to be pretty darn impressed with it. Now, first off, we have to dismantle the stove, so step number one, of course, is to loosen all the hardware. All right, now, she has failed to deconstitute into her primary components, so I think we're left with no other choice other than to take the torch to her. This should do it. This could blow out the tubes of the camera when this baby lights up. You guys might want to just pan off to the side there, and I don't want to have any problem there. Yeah. Well, torch doesn't seem to be operational. I guess Harold was futzing around with the settings on it, so I gotta find some other way of taking the stove apart. Might as well just back the old-fashioned hands-on approach. All right, well, I got her all taken apart, took the top off, took the back off, and I think you're going to be surprised what we got here. I got a bungee cord wrapped around the door, and let me show you how this works. Down here, what used to be the oven drawer, this is now a magazine rack. So we get ourselves out a magazine, but not that magazine. That's Harold's magazine. Now he's growing up, isn't he? Come around to the front. we pick up the control module. We're going to need that in a minute. Pull out the oven rack, which is now going to be a leg rest. There's a bit of a clue there. Okay, now we ease ourselves down. You're not going to believe this. All right, lean back. We now have a beautifully comfortable reclining chair. And as an added feature, I've got on the control panel, set her for a bun warmer. And by golly, I'm here for the evening. So until next time, remember, if the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy. We'll be right back after this commercial break with more about the He-Man contest story.
If you have children, get them out of the room now, just in case. I would.
What's that smell? Boy, did you see the game last night?
I was rather disturbed by it.
Oh, you see that check?
Yeah.
Right into the boards. I think it was his head was split. His head, it had to be. His
It
head.
definitely was. By the amount of blood in the eye, so it definitely say something was wrong.
He had a headache there, didn't he?
Well, today he's going to wake up and go, something happened last night.
You want to believe it.
There's too much violence in sports, Uncle Red, and I don't think... You seem to be advocating it. It's a feeling I get from you and your friends. When you stand up and cheer, way to go, I figure you like that sort of thing.
Well, it's a commitment to the, to your team. You either support your team or you don't support your team.
Yeah, but I don't know which team you like. You like the team that seems to be stronger. I mean, that's sort of a gladiator approach to sport.
There's a bulletin, huh? I like the team that's stronger. Well, you think I like a loser?
No, it wasn't. I wouldn't say like losers, but sometimes you like the guy who gets hit into the boards, and he's the loser. So like
I don't like him. I don't like. No, I don't like him. I think that you have to make a commitment to a sport. And they're in there and they're fighting. It's war. That's not a sport. That's war.
But how do you practice a sport like that? You just kind of skate into the boards?
Yeah. Well, you start with your own family first of all.
Start small.
Yeah. Come on, I'll show you.
All right.
You better take your glasses off.
Oh, thanks.
It is winter. A friend hits you in the face with a snowball, and as it melts, you become aware that he has a new puppy. So, as I was saying, we had this He-Man contest, and it's kind of interesting how we put it together. We made each guy come up with an event, and then the rule being that he had to go first on his own event, and that way the guys wouldn't, rig up the equipment so that it would fall apart, and then everybody else would get killed just so they'd win.
Uncle Red, this is a really interesting story. It really is, but some viewers might find it boring. Unless, of course, they find it offensive. And that's not better. So why don't we just tell them, that there were some winners and some losers and some injuries, and that way we can just get right on with the next film clip.
But I think the viewers would at least like to hear what the events were, Harold.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, no, that's a good idea.
Well, I didn't get to tell them what the events were.
Oh, I didn't know you meant right now.
Well, when did you think I meant, Harold?
Eventually.
Well, now, Hap, this is a great day for fishing. Doesn't get any better than this.
Perfect weather conditions, as we bush pilots used to call them.
Bush pilot? You were a bush pilot?
Oh, yeah, I was one of the very best, so they tell me.
What kind of plane did you have?
I wasn't a plane pilot. I was a bush pilot. I piloted bushes.
Well, bushes don't fly, Hap.
You don't have to tell me that, Red. I worked with them for 5 years in a lumber company, British Columbia. They'd cut down the trees and drag them down to the river. I'd build a raft out of a bush, and I'd pilot those trees down the river to the sawmill.
Oh, so you were a lumberjack.
It was dangerous work being a bush pilot, floating down a raging river on a shrub. And I got my logs down to the mill, intact and debarked and ready to saw.
Well, that sounds like an interesting job, Hap.
Yeah, and it paid well. And it taught me something about life, taught me how to be straight and honest with people.
That's a good lesson.
If I hadn't learned to tell the truth, I'd still be coming down the white water with my legs wrapped around a Douglas fir. What kind of life is that?
Tenuous.
That's for sure.
I'll
tell you the story about Lumberjack Mort. He was well over 40, stocky and short. He could clear a whole forest in less than a week. But take away his bulldozer, he'd be up creek.
Oh, Uncle Red, you're gonna be sorry you came in here this week. The viewer mail is really personal. Feel that paper? That's nice paper. Feel that?
Just read the letter, Harold, will you?
Oh, okay, because it's really neat paper. Dear Red, I am an older gentleman who finds himself lonely for female companionship. How do I meet a nice, respectable woman who shares my interests and is looking for a serious romance? And how do I keep it from my wife? Signed, Senor Swinger. Must be Mexican.
Yeah, right. Well, okay, I'm going to talk directly to the viewer here. If you are sincere here, if you really are looking for a woman who's probably kind of lonesome herself, a woman who's dying for a little romance, a little companionship, if you're looking for a lady who you could love and who could love you back, who is serious about having a romance, then I suggest that you talk to your own wife.
Well, that was really nice. That was great.
Yeah, well, I figure that his wife's bound to know a lot of women, you know, her own cronies.
Oh, Uncle Red.
She can put you on to, just that when you do tell her, just say that you're asking for a friend.
Oh, Uncle Red, please. I thought maybe you were talking about having a better and stronger relationship with his own wife. Come on, Cheapers, that's where I thought you were going with that.
Well, that sounds like the guy's a jerk, and I was just trying to give his wife a break.
Yeah, oh yeah, I thought that too. It's all. Yeah. Okay, well, we got time for one other letter, right? So, Dear Red, lately I've had a problem in the marital department. My wife is an attractive and desirable woman, but it seems that whenever she's in the loving mood...
Take it easy, Mayor.
Okay, I got a grip. And when she's in the loving mood, I'm not. What's wrong with me? Will this go away? Is it the kiwi fruit?
Well, we had time for the letter, but unfortunately, we don't have time for the answer.
Yeah, we do.
No, the next segment's coming up right away, so.
Are you sure?
Yeah, any second now, and it's too bad, too, because I really wanted to answer that letter. Well, okay, maybe we'll get a chance to answer that one next time. That's too bad. This week on Adventures with Bill, we're going to show you what we consider to be a lost art. And actually, there may be a good reason for that. First thing Bill does is whip out, oh my God, the big fella. Now, Bill's going to use that knife to, that's your first clue, he's going to use it to cut the snow. Have you figured out what the lost art is yet? Yeah, he's cutting it kind of in a rectangle. A lost art. He lost the whole blade of the knife in there. You know, Bill's equipment is not the greatest. So I hang on to the handle while he went searching for the blade. And he found it. You know, Bill is not clever, but he's very effective. He's okay. Yeah, he's fine. He's fine. Yeah. Nobody uses all their fingers anyway. What he wants to do now is put some water on. Put some water on there, Bill, to kind of freeze the. What he wants to do is put some water on the snow. Is your next clue, so that it's a little harder. It's got a little more texture to it. That water was fresher. See, the other water was stale. That was the problem. Now he's going to check and make sure it's frozen. Yeah, it's frozen. And I was just kibitzing here. I thought he might have hurt his head, so I put some ice on it. And then what he wants to do is going to use a chainsaw to cut the snow. Oh, huh? Now here's another idea. This is a pizza cutter. Yeah. See, it doesn't matter what you use. So once you've got the snow frozen so that it's got some texture to it, so it'll stay together, he goes around and cutting it into a rectangle. Have you guessed the lost art yet? By the way, it's going to get easier, I think. Well, maybe not. He completes the rectangle now, and then he just gingerly, very careful now, Bill, careful. Picks it up, picks it up. And then, as I say, I'll give you another hint. This, you see this mainly up in the Arctic, you know, with the Inuit, Eskimo, and they get into it. you know, didn't want to get into it. Now this, be careful. Now see, he wasn't quite as careful with that. And Bill is not really as patient as he needs to be. Has anyone guessed what he's doing? He's built himself a house. Isn't that a beauty? Unfortunately, that's not it. It's over this way. And yeah, there it is. Not bad though, not bad. I think he should have dovetailed the corners, but it's a beauty. And of course, you know, we didn't really notice the wind coming up, which is unfortunate.
It is winter. My wife snuggles close. Put a log on the fire, she whispers. I do. It sizzles and pops. It crackles and snaps and fizzles. It shakes and yelps and runs away whimpering. Log? I thought she said dog.
Early on in the planning stages of our show, it was suggested that we have something different, some kind of a feature, you know, just as long as it was unique. It didn't matter if it wasn't any good.
Okay, shopping with your mom. Oh, yes, I realize this isn't up there like with world hunger or peace or, you know, who's better, Gretzky or Lemieux. But it's important to me. No one should have to go shopping with their mom, especially since I knew the sales girl from high school. She had to measure me, and Mom kept saying, he wears small pants. That killed. I don't blame the sales girl for laughing. But for 15 minutes, there should be a law. You know, there should be like some respect for privacy, and there should be a lock on those change room doors so the door doesn't bust open when you bend over to pick your pants up. I don't care how ridiculous that point of view is, it's mine. Thank you.
We'll be right back with lots more fun, lots more guests, and the exciting conclusion of the He-Man contest story.
There's a chance you could be exaggerating.
Harold, I'll tell you something. The world is in trouble because we got too many people that got a university degree and they don't know anything about life.
That's true.
Yeah, spend too much time in school. Don't stay in school too much, Harold.
But then I'd have
You learn how to read, you
go.
learn how to write, you learn how to count up to, say, 11, and that's enough.
But that's not even up to a dozen. You gotta be able to count to 12, because that's a dozen. You gotta know how many worms you got in your bait box.
Eat one.
That's true. What about all the teachers? They wouldn't have jobs or nothing or like that.
Well, they'd have to find, you know, something productive to do.
That's true. They have to go actually into the world that they're talking about.
Well, now there's a statement, isn't it, eh?
Oh, I made a statement.
Yeah. You know,
But see, I can make statements because I went to school. I know how.
Well, statements are worth, you know what, squat.
Squat statements? Like they're little ones?
Well, yeah, but they get to the point. And the thing I hear is that you take one of your teachers and you put them up here in the lodge, and how long are they going to last?
A week?
I have no idea. Jack! Jack, come on up here. I know you're in there, Jack.
What do you want?
Well, nothing. I just, you know, want to see how you were doing, that's all.
How do you mean?
Well, I'm wondering how you're adjusting, Jack, you know, to go from being an executive and a family man to being a paranoid cave-dwelling hermit.
My wife sent you, didn't she? You know, let me tell you something, man. I know people are laughing at me. A lot of people. But they laughed at Christopher Columbus, too. And if it wasn't for him, we'd all be Italian. So I don't mind that people are laughing at me because they laughed at Columbus.
Did they?
Didn't they?
But
I'm sure some smug jerk did. They're always laughing. You know, they laughed at me when I came up here.
Yeah.
They laughed at me when I went into advertising after college. They laughed at me when I played field hockey in high school. That's their problem now.
Yeah, well, I guess what you're saying is that you're not just kind of skulking around in your cave for the sake of your health, eh? Huh?
I am not skulking, Red.
Oh, all right.
No, I stand tall. Except down right at the back, it's very low, the roof. And that's my TV room. But other than that, I don't skulk anywhere.
All right, all right.
No skulking.
Jack, the guys at the lodge were wanting to know how long exactly you plan on being up here.
Well, basically until the religious fanatics and warmongering dictators have destroyed the world. See, then I'll come down from my hole in the hill and be king of all I survey.
Oh.
Yeah, and then I'll just kind of, I'll wing it from there, depending on what I survey.
Yeah.
I tell you, though, if the cities are still in good shape, I think I'm going to turn them into a theme park.
Well, it sounds like you're going to be up here for a long, long while then.
I hope not. I only have enough food for 6 weeks. You know, Christopher Columbus, he didn't have these problems. The Queen gave him money. Old Jack's doing this on his own.
Oh, well, if it would help, Jack, I could lend you like 20 bucks or something, you know.
I'm sorry, Red, but I no longer recognize your currency. It's meaningless paper. You know, a useless symbol of a civilization gone awry.
Oh. Well, I have some McDonald's coupons. What about those?
Sure. Sure. Those.
Help yourself, eh? There you go. Yep.
Thanks.
Okay.
Now bug off.
Jack, those coupons are for McRibs.
Darn!
Anyway, I just wanted to tell you how the He-Man contest worked out. It was kind of fun. First event was Old Man Sedgwick's tooth race. And the way that worked was you had to take your teeth out, put them on the floor, stand on them, pick them up, put them back in your mouth. And actually, Old Man Sedgwick won that one. Then he's the only one that has dentures. Nobody even came in second, although Moose Thompson managed to loosen 3 molars for an honorable mention. And then Buster Hatfield had the beer chug-a-lugging contest, which we all won. The lake was the only loser on that one. And then we got the kind of interesting event on the one I come up with, which was a 100-yard dash backwards through the woods, blindfolded. And Sticky Peterson won that in 15 seconds flat. Unfortunately, we lost Junior Singleton for the rest of the games. But that was a heck of a day. We all had a real good time, and it worked out well. I mean, Junior Singleton is actually still getting some fresh air. Every once in a while at night, we kind of hear him go by the lodge. Blindfolds on tight, I'll tell you. Anyway, that's about it for this week. So if my wife is watching, I'll be home soon. And if Junior Singleton's wife is watching, he's going to be late. Okay, so until next time, on behalf of myself and
Harold.
yeah, whatever, and the rest of the guys up the lodge, keep your stick on the ice.